So this is Stylosa saying, I will now rant about Overwatch 2's PvE monetization.
Hello everyone and welcome. So this video is going to be a rant. I've tried to record this video a couple of times and we're just going to go for it now. I don't care. We're just going for it. So what we've got, these are the facts, right? It's going to cost you, let me bring this up on the screen. It's going to cost you $15 if you buy this invasion bundle, right? So
before he starts though, as much as I hate PvE like costing stuff, like I hate how PvE actually costs money, but I also remembered like we were talking about Fortnite PvE also costed money, and that costed a lot more. The $15 for this PvE is it's not even $15 if you actually think about it. It's $10 for the battle pass that you're probably gonna buy anyways, right? And it's just $5 extra more dollars. As much as I hate that they're actually making you pay for it, I don't think $5 extra is that much.
To invasion bundle, $15. This is for 3 story missions, of which all we know in terms of the length of these missions is it took somebody from Game Informer 30 minutes to complete with some of the devs. Now, no slight to any Game Impress, and I've seen Game Impress in real life. They are the worst gamers I've ever seen in my life. Not to say they're not enjoying themselves, but they're trash. And you put them next to anyone who plays a bunch of Overwatch, and if a mission takes them 30 minutes, it's probably going to take you 20 minutes, right? Anyway, that's besides the point. So what we've got is you pay $15. You get access to 3 archives.
So I'm going to take the blow, obviously, chat. If you guys want to know what the story missions look like and whatnot, I'm probably going to play, like I'm pretty sure 95% I'm probably going to do it on my stream. So if you guys like what it looks like, or you like the story mission from my stream, then you guys could probably get it if you want. I'm probably gonna buy it regardless, just to test it and see what it looks like. And then if you guys like it from there, then you guys can do that. So I would probably like wait for me to probably do it, right?
Archives missions, right? This is the way I'm reading it. And you get access to them forever. They also give you 1,000 Overwatch coins, right? And go, it's worth $10, right? So actually, look, it's equal to the premium battle pass, yeah? So
that's the one thing I also hate. The one thing I hate is that they're trying to justify the fact that the Invasion 2 bundle is $15. I hate that. I hate how they're like, oh my god, it's only $15, and we're also giving you 1,000 Overwatch coins, which is also $10, chat. And also a legendary skin, which is $19. So instead of spending, you know, $29 or $30 to $40, you're only gonna get it for $15. I hate how they do that. I hate that. It's just like how they sell skins. The one thing how I hate how they sell skins is they say, hey, this original bundle is going to cost you 4,000 Overwatch coins, but get it for the special price of 39% off. So it's only going to cost you 2,000. Like, I hate how they do that. Isn't it in some countries that's illegal? I'm pretty sure some people were talking about how in some countries that's illegal to like promote it like that. Yeah, it's predatory shit. It's like, oh yeah, you think you're getting a good deal, but like, are you really? I just want to let you guys know. From reading this, I'm just using context clues as well. This says, if you read it right here, it says permanent access to the Overwatch 2 Invasion story missions. So just reading this right here saying permanent access, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be able to probably have access, but this buying the bundle makes you have it permanently? I don't know. Pro tip, just don't spend money. No, pro tip is watch me spend my money because my whole life is this game. And if you like what it looks like on when I'm playing it, then you could probably buy it, right? No, it's just in case they add additional missions. We'll see. They don't really give a lot. I feel like Blizzard shows you. See, this is the one thing as well. It also affects me, and I hate how I like tweet something, and I hate doing this when Blizzard shows us something. I'm gonna use this as an example. Remember when Blizzard had no, not an orgy, bro, the creator summit? The one thing I learned, and I hate to say this because I love Overwatch, right? I've been playing Overwatch for a long time. I would never quit it. It's my favorite game and I want to see it succeed. But the one thing I don't like about Blizzard or Overwatch is that like they promise so much and they show so much here, and I get so excited and I relay that to you guys and I'm like, hey guys, listen, this is gonna be fucking amazing. I'm looking forward to the future. But then like they don't do it. And I hate to be like the bad person, but like as much as you guys probably want to as well, I would say wait for me to play it, and if you guys like it, then you guys spend the money. You guys know what you guys know what I'm saying? Like, let me try it first. Obviously, I'm gonna try it first because like I'm the content creator. Of course, whatever Blizzard comes out, I'm probably gonna be like, oh shit, yo, fucking PvE, let's get it, try it out, and if you guys like it from there, then you guys can probably get it as well. Let me be the test dummy.
Why don't you spend $5 more and actually get this? Because this is going to give you the story missions as well. That's totally what they're doing here, right? Now, you look over here and it says you get a new Sojourn skin, value $19. Now, Blizzard's smoking the biggest like reefer going because this is bollocks because their skins are bollocks, right? Some of them are good, yeah? But $20 for a skin, it's like, I can't...
It's just pixels, chat. It's just pixels. If you're a Valorant player, you would probably know this because you're spending $60 to $100 on a fucking on a whole fucking package over here, bro. Don't do it. It's just pixels, chat. It's not going to make you better in the game.
Just doesn't compute in my brain. I realize there's games out there that do charge a lot for cosmetics, but you can buy entire games for this, yeah? Like, you could buy Vampire Survivors for a few dollars, and I've literally played that game for like 130 hours. Like, what the hell? You know, there is the value is not $19 of a skin, yeah? It is a joke, but it is there, so it looks like, oh yeah, gee whiz, man, this is such a great, awesome
we were
deal.
just talking about that.
Because you also get access to Sojourn.
He is right, though. Imagine, chat. Imagine something that's free to play, but you spend $15 on it for two seasons. That's $30. Shit, let alone you buy it for 4 seasons, that's $60. That's basically a fucking new game, dude.
If you don't have it unlocked
he's
anyway.
spitting. He's spitting right now.
I'm just going to stop myself here, right? Because you know what really pisses me off about all this Overwatch stuff is PvE. If it was a full campaign, right? So if it was 20 missions, yeah, and you just went through all those missions and it was all together and they sold it as an expansion for $60, you could advertise that, Blizzard. You could go out there and be like, look at this. You could do a Diablo 4 advertising campaign for that. You could drum up interest. You could create a hype moment, right? Instead, what
Diablo 4 made $666 million in 6 days. That's crazy. Think about that.
What they're doing is going, nah, whatever number of missions they've got, let's break them down and slap them not into the battle pass, but adjacent to the battle pass and charge more for them. And we'll give people the story piecemeal, which I don't think is great. Because, like, would you really watch a series on the TV or on Netflix or wherever, right? And just watch a few episodes, then come back a few months later for the next one? Like, no one's going to do that. You know what I mean? That's crap. That kills hype. That's what Blizzard are doing. But then if you do a little bit of very quick mental arithmetic and we go back to this and we go, well, okay, $15. So forget all this shit because that's not worth anything. All right, I'll put my hand over the screen as if that matters. But whatever. All we care about is this, right? There's 3 of these missions. We know this for a fact. They're $5 each. So
I never knew it was 3
missions in the game. Yeah. So that would mean 10 missions would equal $50. 20 would equal $100. $100 is more than $60 or $70 that you would charge for a box price game, isn't it? It's interesting how that works out, isn't it? Now, there might not be 20 missions, but I bet there is. There's probably more. There's probably like 25 missions, so they can just keep charging over and over again. And this is why it's a bad taste, I think, in everybody's mouth. Definitely in mine. Because I look at this and I think this is just Archives Plus. You don't have the talent system. You don't have the hero progression system.
That's one thing I'm very sad about. No talent tree spec. I think this is damage control that they're doing. The talent tree thing. They literally showed. They literally showed everything that you could play. Who for the people who go to cons? Did you guys ever go to the 2019 BlizzCon? They literally had the PvE that you could literally play with the talent tree and everything that you could actually play. And now they don't have it anymore. 4 years later. 4 years later. You know, it makes me wonder, as a content creator and a person that's been playing this game since it's released, bro, they left Overwatch 1 to fucking die for 4 years with no updates and no characters and nothing while they were working on Overwatch 2, only for them to come out with Overwatch 2 to like not be completed. They took out a lot of shit from Overwatch 1 that didn't go into Overwatch 2. Now that they're bringing back to Overwatch 2, like fire, by the way, this season, I feel like they're just re-adding things that they took away. And I don't know. That's just crazy.
Well, now telling me that there is no complete campaign we can get. Instead, you're just going to give us a couple of missions every now and again that we need to pay essentially $5 for. And I assume we're always going to get 3 in whatever PvE season we get next, right? So it's just horrible. It's like I've played Archives events and they were fun, right? But it's not, it just drives me mad. It drives me absolutely mad, honestly. Okay, so it gets worse because in typical Blizzard fashion, wait for it, there's actually an Ultimate Invasion bundle. So this is even more money. And again,
$40 for the Ultimate Invasion bundle.
The way they try and justify it is a joke. So this costs $40, right? So you get all of the previous rewards and you also get the Null Sector Premium Battle Pass with 20 Battle Pass skips. This is worth $30. I don't even know what this is.
I don't like
Blizzard
that.
Don't even tell us what this is. And even talking of what Blizzard don't even say, they don't tell us like what happens to a player who turns up in a year's time and goes, oh, you know what? I'm going to start playing Overwatch 2. How do they access the story missions? How do they access the old story missions from this year? Blizzard must know. Why aren't they telling us, right? They ain't telling us because you know what? They're waiting to see what the reaction is, and then they'll adapt. And what they'll say is go, oh, yeah, we're changing things up based on what the community are doing, right? It's never that. They change things up based off the balance sheet, right? I look at Lifeweaver, and okay, I've got a tinfoil hat on now, and I'm totally going off into the deep end. Lifeweaver is just garbage, right?
True.
So that means people won't buy the Battle Pass because the hero is garbage. If the hero is strong, people will buy the Battle Pass.
He is spitting truth, but I think that's every game. When I played Apex, when I came back to Apex, Seer came out. And Seer was the most broken fucking character in existence. And if you didn't have a Seer on your team, or if you didn't have Seer, you lost. So, but, like, I feel like that's every game. Every game comes out with a new character. The new character's fucking busted as fuck. But then, like, that's their way of selling that character. Because you need that character. But then after that, I know I'm using a very old example, Seer, because, like, that's the last time I, like, actually played the game. But, like, after that character comes out and is broken as fuck, they make their money, and then they're like, oh, shit, okay, here's the nerfs. And if I'm not mistaken, for any of my Apex players, I'm pretty sure they did the nerfs after, like, 2 weeks, a week or two, which is fast, but, like, still, they probably made a shit ton of money.
So, the hero is now buffed because Blizzard have decided to buff him because he's garbage, right? I reckon Blizzard were kicked up the arse, the developers, going, why has your Season 4 Battle Pass
Mexican
sold
Bob, appreciate
like
the
shit?
appreciate Massive Prime sub. Casmi, appreciate Massive 13 months. And Die, appreciate Massive 10 months. Benzie, appreciate Massive 29 months.
Because the hero was garbage. Oh, that's never going to happen again, right? That's the sort of way. And I'm thinking like this all the time with the game now. And it's really what does me head in. And I've got to say this as well
Burns, appreciate Massive 52 months.
Like, people say to me, Sty, why do you even bother covering this game anymore? I love this game. And I've always said that, right? When I watch the trailer for the Invasion stuff, right? The music, it just destroys me. Like, it's amazing. I see the characters in new positions, in new scenarios. I see little bits of cinema.
I love his accent.
And I'm like, this is what Overwatch could be. This is what the game could be.
Wish I had an
accent.
accent.
I love it. I love seeing this stuff. This is incredible. But then I'm brought back down to reality. And it's almost like I'm going through very publicly
David, appreciate the
the
2 months.
phases of like acceptance with this.
Jay3
These things are never going to change. All we can do is just comment on them and hope, and it's never going to change, is it? It just drives me crazy. But that's the reason why I'm still pissing about with this game, because I do love the game. I love the world. I love the characters. Everything about it is awesome.
That's why I haven't been playing a lot of variety, chat. As much as I want to branch out to other games and whatnot, bro, I just love Overwatch. Coming from TF2, Team Fortress 2 was such a fucking fun game, dude. I loved it. And, like, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just a fun game. I love it. I love the aspect and the whole fucking situation. Like you die, you come back 10 seconds later, and you just keep fighting. It helps my fucking ADHD, bro. It keeps on going. It keeps on going. That's why I can't play Valorant too much, because Valorant, you die, you just wait. I hate it.
Yeah, let's go.
Right, let's carry on. So, right,
Turtle, appreciate the massive 5 months.
I've watched you, but I'm excited for the new season and events coming soon.
Additional 1,000 Overwatch coins you also get for a total of $20. Wow. So
I don't like this stuff. Agent, appreciate the massive 42 months. I don't like this stuff. I don't like how they try to sell you something for $40 and then try to justify the price by saying, hey, listen, this is what, 30, 68, 68, 70, 88. This is like almost $100, but you could be spending $40. I don't like this predatory shit.
this already $50. Oh, gee whiz. And it only costs $40. But wait. Oh, Lord. $38 value here. Oh, man, it's 2 additional legendary skins. Holy good God, Lord. I can't believe it. This is like, what, an $88 value pack. Oh, what happens if you don't play Cassidy or Kiriko? What happens if the skins are shit? These are prices you've just made up, Blizzard. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. It is insane, and it just makes me mad. But people buy this stuff, and I'll never be able to stop it, and whatever, we just have to deal with it. I do like this picture, actually. I'm looking forward to whatever this is. I think this is Gothenburg, it looks like, in the background. So there's some sort of giant Omnic. Looks like the big Omnic from the 0 Hour cinematic. And, you know, I hope that's fun to play for.
Yeah, I hope that's going to be cool.
That's
the one thing I don't like are cinematics as well. As cool the fucking cinematics look like, it's never like that.
I wanted to show you on here, because what I want to do now is I want to go and show you what happened is this. So this is Game Informer. Now, Game Informer, they had
I was going to read this,
exclusive hands-on
but I didn't.
with the PvE story missions. So I'm going to let's just go through this, right? Let's just go through this.
I'm glad he's doing it, because I was going to read it.
Screen. I apologize.
Thank God I don't have to read it.
I always scroll down, but sometimes I might forget because I get a bit heated. Anyway, Blizzard's Overwatch 2 dev team ignited the community last month when it announced that the hero missions, part of the PvE content that was... I don't even know, I can't even remember if I ranted about this, but like the fact that talents and hero progression is gone mean there is no replayability in the PvE. The story missions, it doesn't matter how good they are, you won't keep replaying.
I feel like people should have seen this bad monetization coming from the second game went free to play. I think, and it's just things that I hear, and I'm not speaking for anyone, it's just things that I hear, is that like the people who are working on Overwatch really love Overwatch. It's just that the higher-ups, obviously, don't give a fuck about the game, and all they care about is turning a profit, and they don't give a fuck how they do it, because all they're doing is probably out there playing golf every fucking day, not giving a shit. So that's probably what they're... Yeah.
Mission over and over again, because what is the point? I'm sure there'll be achievements attached to doing different difficulties and stuff, but like you're not going to grind those missions over and over again. Nobody ever grinded the archives events apart from people trying to get top scores, but like you'd play them and then that was it. It's like the Junkenstein's event, you'd play it for a little bit and then that was it. You were not grinding these games out, and that's what these missions are going to be. I can't see them being anything else because there isn't any progression systems. That's why people are pissed, Blizzard. How can you not understand this? Anyway, let me move on. Part of the PvE content that was announced alongside the game in 2019 was cancelled. Were cancelled. However, not all of the PvE content was axed. I travelled to Blizzard's headquarters in Irvine, California, to be the first person outside of the company to get right. So he's been handpicked by the PR department. Absolutely.
I don't know who Game Informer is, but why not the people that actually play this game every single fucking day and stream it?
They don't want any negativity here. It's like, right, get in the guy who...
I just want to let you guys know. Which is, I mean, it's going to work out like this regardless. But, never mind. It's just so stupid. I was just going to say, when Overwatch 2 was first released, they paid so many people to come play the game, but all the original OG people, we just stuck through the game and we weren't even fucking recognized for it. Crazy.
Who the guy is, but get in the Game Informer, because we've probably got real good relationships with them.
All the people with the hashtag ad and all their fucking stream titles and everything, they were paid to play this game. All the OGs, we were just left out to fucking dry, dude. Shit was crazy, because I guess they knew we were going to play the game, obviously, but like, wow. You really care about your game.
And let's see what they say. So, the story missions take place during the invasion of Null Sector, the rogue Omnic group. Overwatch 2 Invasion is the name of the upcoming Season 6 and includes these PvE missions. The 0-hour cinematic, which arrived at the announcement of Overwatch...
You say something negative about it and Blizzard executives suffer. They can't afford that. See, I get hate for saying, hey, Blizzard, holy shit, you're doing a great job at this. And people are like, holy shit, J3, yeah, suck them off harder. But like, I'm going to give credit where it's due, bro. But also... I criticize the game as much as the other person, but like, whatever.
Overwatch 2 in 2009 showed Winston, Tracer, May, and others battling a giant Omnic to save Paris from certain doom. Yeah. Following that battle, Null Sector continued wreaking havoc across the entire planet. In addition to bringing their brand of destruction to major
I see your
cities,
message. Hi.
they're also kidnapping Omnics for a mysterious purpose.
Oh yeah, that's why a lot of streamers don't complain. A lot of streamers, whenever we're like, hey, holy shit, why the fuck would you do this? They're like, oh my god, this streamer's complaining. Oh, come on, let me. Why does streamer always has to complain? Like what?
As you might imagine, the world turns to heroes of Overwatch to put a stop to the waves.
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking about that, hold up. I think I had that today. Let me look at this. I did have one today. Yo, we're supposed to nerf Genji and not shadow buff him for an extra 6 shots. Overwatch players try not to complain about the game challenge impossible. Then I replied, people who follow content creators for their opinions and tweets try not to complain challenge impossible. I ratioed him. And then he said, thanks for reminding I still follow. Like, what a fucking idiot.
Of destruction. This first wave of story
Cross,
missions,
appreciate the massive 68 months,
arrives as part of Season 6 Invasion. And in fact, it's funny, isn't it, as well, that they... would just... Season 5 starts today, if you're watching this video the day it was uploaded. And they've just pumped out all of the Season 6 stuff. It's crazy, ain't it? It's like, Season 5... Hang on, but no, we're already throwing out all this other stuff. And then wait, guess what? We'll just drop this. We'll drop this without any, like, in the mess. It's like we've flooded all of the content out, and then we just go, and here's the price. It's like, it's so cynical. It just is, it's vile. Right, oh my days. Okay. Season 6 Invasion includes the missions Rio de Janeiro, previously shown at BlizzCon. Yes, I'm aware. I played it. I just hope it's different.
Matt, man, appreciate the massive raid, my dude.
Toronto and Gothenburg. These missions feature enormous objective-filled maps and in-depth storylines that blow past what we've seen in previous PvE content, often tied to seasonal events. Yes, I'm sure they will, because they should do, because those events are years old, but it is still the same DNA. That's the issue, right? You're not going into these and, like, leveling up your Reinhardt. You're just playing through them and leaving. That's what's the...
You too, my friend.
God, we typically don't go in depth into hang on, what's this? Right, we typically don't go into depth in game with our stories. Game director Aaron Keller says this is a PvP shooter, and as much as we can try to build characters and build the universe through voice interactions, but we've never really picked up on that thread that we first started when Winston had his recall cinematic that launched with Overwatch. He had this moment where he asked players, are you with me? He's trying to get Overwatch back together. And we've had all these other cinematics since where we've shown people responding to that call. But we never tie it all together. This story that we're going to be telling in Season 6 is that moment where Overwatch gets back together and they answer Winston's recall. So yeah, I mean, I should probably clarify that, you know. When I'm talking about archives missions, I'm talking just like the format. I'm not saying that these missions are based in the past or anything. They're not. They are pushing the story forward, which is good because we want new stuff, not stories about stuff which happened in the past. Right then, in these new story missions, you'll fight against intense mobs of rogue Omnics. According to Blizzard, Null Sector will continue to attack until they're complete.
I think that's the only thing that's good about PvE. The PvE is gonna like push forward the story more, and you're gonna get more lore out of it. I think that's like a really big thing that because apparently lore is really huge in video games. I don't know how many people are bigger into lore. I'm not really big into lore. All the lore that I learned from this game is actually through Twitch chat. So
dismantled. While we've battled Null Sector before, new enemy types like Annihilators and Stalkers add new wrinkles to how these battles play out. Can I just stop here as well again? I've got to stop here as well again because Ramatra doesn't have a cinematic.
I love
an animated short.
Bro, there's so many characters that don't have animated shorts, bro. Blizzard, step it up, bro. What the fuck?
Ramatra's the leader of Null Sector. Ramatra was very clearly designed as like an intro into all of this stuff, or he should be launching with this, right? And obviously that's not the case because Ramatra launched months ago now and was used to bulk out the Battle Pass, which is what everything's being used for. It's like they are kneecapping themselves away from being able to create moments of like awe, you know, of like, wow, this is so goddamn awesome. And they dilute it down. And anyone who's played Overwatch or had any exposure to any like Blizzard games in the past, you just feel disappointed because you're like, you can see what this should have been, and you can see in real time how it's getting dismantled just to push microtransactions, which are not even micro. Like micro would be $1, not the price of a game. Anyway, oh my God.
I hate pausing his video while he's talking, but what was the game that you had to buy? I mean, not buy. If you wanted to become the best at it, you had to spend like $100,000, and it was a Blizzard game. I'm pretty sure. Speak about fucking microtransactions. Was it Diablo? Diablo Immortal.
So
have you heard,
like
have you guys heard about that? You have to spend $100,000 for something.
You can shoot their arms off, which is pretty cool. And they're just the standard bots. Okay, great. My hands-on session takes me to Toronto. This mission begins with a previously on segment consisting of cutscenes and animations from various previously released videos and stills in the Overwatch lore. Toronto is the middle part of this first story mission arc, so I appreciate getting caught up on the story. This upcoming release delivers 8 new cinematics and a seemingly innumerable amount of voice lines. So you can see again what's happening here. 8 cinematics. So these are obviously split up between the 3 missions, and they were obviously going for like an intro cinematic and outro.
Lazy,
and
and Alex,
every now and again, one of them might have some of the cinematic inside the mission. Again, I presume these are all made, again, like to follow in sequence through the story as you're progressing in a massive campaign, which has now been chopped up, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, the PvE release, I've lost my mouse pointer. Where is it? Here you go. This PvE release will bring players the largest maps Overwatch has ever seen. For these maps, Blizzard created all new streaming tech and developed new tools to make it work. As I load into the mode, I arrive at a computer terminal. This communication screen allows me to dive deeper into Overwatch lore with dedicated pages of emails and communications from other members of the team, or even look around at photographs on the desk to trigger voice lines. Once I'm ready for the mission, I can initiate it from this same computer terminal. Now, we've seen this before. Do I find this, actually? I guess I can find this.
Sounds like the game I was just playing.
Before, because this was released in BlizzCon Online. Let me just find this because I think it is worth actually doing it. I'm going to mute this. You guys might hear some sound play. If you do, I apologize.
Like that.
Appreciate the massive 9 months,
Rant.
Rant.
Basically find the BlizzCon Online video. One sec. This is the worst filling in a video ever. I just don't want to show you guys me randomly scrolling through a YouTube channel. Developer update, PvP, crossplay, anniversary. No. Blizz behind the scenes of Overwatch.
I think he's going for 2019.
I think that's it. Hang on a minute. I think this is it.
Ryan, appreciate the massive prime sub.
Hold up. I think this is it, right? So this, if we skip. I think they show Winston's terminal in this. I'm probably not going to be able to find it now, but there is video footage which shows Winston. Yeah, here it is. I think it's around this section.
Hero missions, probably one of the things that's...
There it is. Jeff, hero missions have been deleted, mate. RIP to hero missions. Like, check this out. This is Winston's desk. And you can sort of see how this was going to work, right?
Appreciate the
so
massive
you'd be like sort of zooming into the screen as like, you know what, let's just go forward slowly. So look, you can see how you're zooming in, you know, like, okay, and then it loads this screen up and then you're selecting what missions you want to go on. These are hero missions though, and of course they're deleted now. Look, he clicks on that one.
Do we have this map? I don't know. This is old stuff.
The mission, look, it zooms in, you know, like I'm going frame by frame here, guys. That's why it's laggy as well. Look, It tells you what it could be. Like, look at all this stuff. It's killing me. I don't want to watch this no more. I really don't want to watch this no more.
Holy shit, that's what it used to look like? God damn. Fucking A. I remember that shit. I remember looking at it. I didn't go to 2019 BlizzCon. But alright, I don't remember if I did. I don't know. BlizzCon's wild. But anyways.
Hero mission.
But we'll just do it again just for the sake of it. Here, look, there's Winston's computer. Yeah. Whatever. It is. It's hard to wrap my head around. Okay. So finally, we're going to get to mess around with that. Great. These story missions always consist of other human players, whether match-made or...
Oh! I don't know if he's going to probably talk about it. He's probably going to talk about it. By the way, PvE, from what I heard, you can't play with bots by yourself. You're going to have other people to play with. Apparently.
Through your squad. The developers tell me that if a player drops, a bot may take over in the interim. But there's no current way to play alongside a team of bots. There will be in the future, guys, right? Because who the hell will play these missions in 2 years' time when they're like the first missions, the old... No one will be playing them, will they? So they'll be full of bots. They'll have to be. With my squad full of Overwatch developers, I feel pretty confident. So we choose hard difficulty, which, despite its name, is only the second highest difficulty level. When you go into a mission, you can select normal, hard, expert, or legendary. With that out of the way, we start the mission. The opening cinematic shines a light on what's going on in Toronto. North Sector is attacking humans and grabbing Omnics who haven't gone rogue. North Sector makes their point very clear. Humans have treated Omnics like servants for far too long, and it's time to liberate them. North Sector ambushes a nearby group of humans, Omnics, but thankfully, Sojourn shows up just in time to spring into action and save the day. Shortly thereafter, Cassidy, Reinhardt, and various other members of Overwatch emerge from the shadows, led by none other than Winston. At the character select screen, we're limited to the characters who make sense for this particular mission. In this case, it's the team members who were in the cutscene, which encompasses the heroes of Overwatch. However, it's not that simple, as characters like Torbjorn, Soldier 76, and Zenyatta aren't around at this point in time. I choose Cassidy to take advantage of his new magnetic grenade, decent mobility. He doesn't... See what I mean? In what world does Cassidy have decent mobility? Gaming press, man. And solid range. Meanwhile, my teammates choose Mercy Winston and the mission required Sojourn. The narrative plays... Like, can you imagine... Mate, if you were going to pick the one with movement ability, you'd pick Sojourn, not Cassidy, whatever. The narrative plays out through the missions and the accompanying cutscenes, but based on which characters are selected by the team. You'll hear different interactions and pick up unique story bits. Right, so there's a little bit of, like, replayability. Slightly different team comps. We get a little bit different lore. We're all feeling great. Our mission in Toronto is to evacuate the humans and the Omnics out of the city. As soon as we get out of the spawn room, we begin fighting...
Oh, did they say they actually can play with bots? This is where I actually heard it, yeah. Story missions will not feature a single-player mode for Overwatch 2 Invasion. The missions always consist of other human players, and there's no current way to play alongside of a team of bots. Just wanted to clarify something about the story missions that I've seen a few questions about. By default, we'll match players with other players. If no one else is looking to jump into that mission/difficulty combo at a time, we'll fill the lobby with bot companions. Okay, so apparently they clarify that you will be able to play with bots. Executive producer, Overwatch 2, formerly at Riot. Okay, so it has to be a real fucking account, right? Obviously. Thank you for that, Rabbi.
Enough waves of North Sector.
So you will be able to play with bots. My bad, chat.
These basic enemies are easy enough to pick off, but one part I didn't expect was for them to be destructible.
I get all my news off Twitter.
You should have done, because that's just in every media they've released ever about Overwatch 2 PvE. Just when I thought I'd bested one by blowing its head clean off with Cassidy's pistol, it continued charging towards me. With another, I blow away its legs, but it keeps crawling on the ground in my direction. I finish them off again in short order as a wave of Omnics stream into the ship. So it does sound pretty cool, that does. Okay, great. We pause the evacuation to fend off more North Sector grunts, but this time they're accompanied by artillery bots. These enemies have giant mounted blasters that can deal heavy damage from far away. Like the grunts, they're destructible, so we target the massive guns. With their ability to deal most of their damage taken away, they don't pack quite the same punch as they did just moments before. We survive the wave and more Omnics flood into the ship. We repeat this cycle with the waves of enemies increasingly targeting the ship, with dog-like robots whose sole purpose is to damage the ship. Again, we've seen these. The little cutters, the slicers, I think they were called. when they were in archives, in the archives mission, and yeah. We keep defending it, we keep an eye on the ship's health, and thankfully we thwart the North Sector attack, and the ship escapes. Okay, it's thwarted, and off we go. From there, we continue through the downtown area. As with most games, clearly defined combat arenas give you hints that enemies will be arriving soon, but you'll also fight some random North Sector bots en route to them. The next big encounter introduces a new menace to the Overwatch crew, Stalkers. These mean bots pull nearby players in with a gravity beam and unleash hell on them. Stalkers are among the most dangerous enemies we encountered in our playthrough of the mission, as someone getting pulled in by one often led to them being downed and in need of revival. It's best to keep them at a distance. Now, I believe these are, again, probably the ones that were shown off in the BlizzCon Online video, where they sort of, like, they're quite tall, slender, and they throw, like, it almost look like digital rope at you when they pull you back. I guess that's what that is.
I think that down stuff they showed to us early when they had that game mode in space on Horizon Lunar Colony. You guys remember that? On Horizon Lunar Colony, they had like a month ago or two. They had that cool game mode, and I'm pretty sure, and I said it. At the time. It was the Star Watch thing. When someone goes down, you could revive them, and I was like, maybe this is a way for them to like pre-test their systems or the way it plays with picking someone up.
So yeah, as we continue, we meet up with Claire and Omnic trying to help Overwatch.
Star Watch was fun.
Mission. We work through
it.
the powered-down underground metro. We encounter our next enemy type, the Subjugator. These floating Null Sector bots will largely ignore the player characters in favor of going after the friendly Omnics. If they latch on,
been since Overwatch 1. I never even realized it.
Disabling them.
I think it was.
Kind of sounds like a head crab, doesn't it, from Half-Life? We see this happen to one unfortunate Omnic during the mid-season cutscene, and it's clear it's not a good thing. Yes, not mid-season, mid-mission.
Yeah, let's go, champ!
Throughout the remainder of the mission, we must fend off massive groups of
Appreciate the massive 2 months, Visa.
artillery, and stalkers while learning more about the leader of Null Sector. Could a face-off against Ramartra be in the near future? One combat sequence even includes an elite version of the Grunt, which packs an extra punch and requires more damage to take down. This battle in particular almost does us in when Stalkers down both Mercy and Winston, but by working with the Sojourn on my team, we can survive. We get to the final area of the mission, an all-out push to an evac ship of our own in the middle of a park. The numbers standing against us are overwhelming. Null Sector really wants to keep Overwatch and Claire, the infamous Claire, from getting away. At one point, I turn the corner to come face to face with 3 artilleries. I do Cassidy's ultimate to deal a good amount of damage, but my Blizzard teammates know better than me, and they all tell me to get on the evac ship. I do that. I do just that, and the mission comes to an exciting end. So that seems very similar to what happened in the Blackwatch mission, where you just jumped on the ship at the end. You didn't bother fighting all of the remaining Talon goons. You just ran away. Okay. As we watch the end of the mission cutscene,
I'm telling you about the whole
Winston
first fucking story.
As Jack, I'm going to cough. I apologize, guys. I need to get a drink when I make these mad rant videos because I lose my voice. Anyway, as Soldier 76,
I know that feeling.
76,
Jesus,
Jack is too busy chasing ghosts. Genji decides it might be a good idea to recruit Zenyatta, so he heads off in that direction. Meanwhile, the rest of the team heads off to Torbjorn in hopes that he will have some way to remove the Omnic head clamps that the Subjugators install. Though I only played one mission, it was a chunky piece of gameplay. Without taking into account the cutscenes, our playthrough of this Toronto mission lasted 31 minutes. I was pleasantly surprised by not only...
So without taking into account the cutscenes, our playthrough of this Toronto mission lasted 31 minutes. I wonder how long with the cutscenes.
How massive the map is, but also by how diverse the battles felt. Not only that, but you're given the added bonus of receiving Battle Pass progress for your effort. Yeah, so, like, listen. They've been making this stuff for years. Like, it should be big. The map should be big. There should be tons of content. Anyway, whatever. This is the thing with, like, 31 minutes it took them. I mean, I don't know who this guy is.
31 minutes without taking the cut into account of the cut scenes, and there's 3 of them. So let's just say, like, I'm just gonna give them benefit of the doubt. If you put like maybe 45 minutes, that's probably like what, 45, an hour and a half, maybe like 2 hours and 15 minutes of content, 2.5 hours, let's say 2.5, 3 hours of content for PvE.
I don't know, like what the devs. I mean, some devs are really, really, awesome players, like top 500 players. I don't know, like this is just like completely anecdotal. We have no idea how long this mission lasts. It could last 15 minutes to people who know how to play Overwatch. It could last
for
31
$5
minutes.
extra.
We don't know. This person might be GM. Who knows, right? Who knows?
Eh.
While I am still disappointed by the cancellation of hero missions, my trip to Blizzard Irvine has convinced me that it is great now, and I really love it. No. While I'm still disappointed by the cancellation of hero missions, I've always wanted an expansion of what the seasonal event PvE content has offered since the original run of Overwatch content. The story missions felt like the evolution, expansion, and ultimate execution of that foundation. I look forward to experiencing all 3 story missions in the first wave when Invasion arrives. And this is a shot of the India map, which is a Flashpoint map.
That's going to be a cool looking map. I really actually can't wait for the new game mode.
By the way, Flashpoint actually...
Any game mode is going to be better than push. I fucking hate push.
Bit of info.
Push is dog shit.
Flashpoint. It's the new game mode, and it's got multiple points. So I'll just quickly go over this before we go back to that. But the mode will feature 2 new locales that are Overwatch 2's biggest PvE maps to date. Teams will fight for control of key positions across the map called Flashpoints, aiming to capture 3 of them before their opponents
2CP does not suck.
You'll have no
Don't
time
disrespect
to relax once the point is
2CP.
captured, as the next one will already be waiting. Not only will this mode test your mechanical skills, but also your ability to plan ahead, stopping opponents from moving on to the next Flashpoint will be a huge key. So yeah, that's Flashpoint. I think people have played this. I have not played this. It may have been at the creator event, whenever that happened. Was it like I want to say October? I don't know. Was it November? I don't know. Whenever the Overwatch 2 thing, I've heard murmurs of people played it. I don't know, but I've not played it, so honestly I've got no idea how that plays. But anyway, the Overwatch 2 this is the sales pitch. The Overwatch 2 Invasion bundle will cost $15 and will include the 3 story missions, a brand new legendary skin for Sojourn, plus access to Sojourn for new players once you complete the story mission challenges, and $10 worth of Overwatch coins, 1,000 coins, enough to purchase the premium battle pass for $40. You'll get all of that plus the North Sector premium battle pass, 20 battle pass skips, an additional $10, and Overwatch credits, and a legendary skin for Cassidy, and a legendary skin for Kiriko, and the Overwatch 2 Ultimate Invasion bundle. What the hell? The Invasion season also includes a new bonus co-op mission that takes place on King's Row. The mission, called Underworld, lets players battle through never-before-seen areas of King's Row to guide an armed pushbot forward.
We were talking about this.
Iggy.
Instead of going... remember when you capture second point and you go into third point? I don't think you go into third point. It takes a left. Remember that a long time ago? Does anyone remember that? It takes a left and goes into a whole new area.
And the
which is actually pretty cool.
From North Sector. This mission will include new objectives and enemies that Blizzard hints players might recognize. This update will also add hero mastery missions to test your skills behind your favorite characters. So Iggy is the Omnic, who I think she saved Tracer. She's like a punk rocker Omnic in one of the comics. But
I don't even know that. I don't even read the comics
of a hero mission. This is one of those hero mission things, isn't it? And they've just gone, yeah, we'll just add these and we'll call them co-op missions, bonus co-op missions, and we'll throw them in because I'm pretty sure what that is. It's not a story mission as such. It's just hey, you can play this fun co-op mission and it's on a new area of King's Row, which will be the bit after the second point that we've all seen now.
Yeah,
but
there you
never
go, yeah.
really, well, no one's played on it, obviously. I mean, I ain't got an issue with it. Like, look, just to clarify, I don't have an issue with this. Like, I'm glad that they are going to use that stuff, and we'll see more of this in future. Like things like VIP protect the president sort of game modes, or horde defense, like protect some sort of building from taking damage or an object, or go out and collect things.
Oh, you know what that sounds like? Have you guys ever played
mission objective completed? There'll be things like
the
that.
PvE and God, what was that game?
Again,
it's on console.
Is just free. I mean,
Gears of War. Have you guys ever played that? That's what it sounds like. If they make something like that, that would be pretty cool.
And anyone can play it, or
like a castle defense type of thing.
The paid PvE $15 pass. You think that they would be very clear and actually answer those questions, but they're not. Though the hero missions were cancelled, Callis says that the team took some of the work. Well, there you go. He's actually going to expand on what I've just blabbed about. Did on those and repurpose them into other content. The event mission that we're releasing in Season 6 is based off some of the hero missions that we've built, he says. We would like to look at reusing more of that stuff in the future because I think that there's a lot of really, really cool things that we've done there. That's why we cancelled it. No way, it's for monetization reasons. If you're strictly into Overwatch 2 for the PvE content.
How long is this fucking vlog? Jesus.
Flashpoint, new PvP core game mode.
It's almost done.
This mode will be available for all
long
players in
fucking
quick play
vlog.
and competitive play. Adds 2 new locales that are bigger than POs, max day, blah, blah, blah. In Flashpoint, teams fight for control. Okay, that is literally taken from the blog. Word for word. Almost, anyway. PR post. Season 6 sounds like by far the biggest release since Overwatch 2 launched last year. And while not every season will be as big of a content drop, players could expect some seasons to just explode with content like this one will. Yeah. Not every season will be like this. I mean, I get that. Like, we're going to have, like, seasons where nothing happens or there'll be minimal content and then there'll be, like, another 3 missions will show up. Like, there's no world in which this is every season. You get PvE missions.
Yeah, I feel like they're
going to be spread out.
If it's like every 6 seasons, there's a big update like this. I think that's gonna kill the game.
Anyway, he goes on to say, Season 6 is definitely bigger. Callus says we don't want.
Hold up, what happened here? Who messaged me? Hold up.
To save up content and save it for these giant releases years down that line. That's what box release would be for a game. Yeah, and that as a. I'm not even going to go into that because we always want to be supporting the live game, but at the same time there is this really big release coming up for Season 6, and so this is the culmination of us working on a lot of things that for years prior we have been saving, and us recognizing that we don't want to always be saving content like that. And I think this is also the team trying to get a point. It's a point where we start shifting the live service portion of the game away from just being about heroes and map releases. We do want there to be more than Overwatch season. More to an Overwatch season than those 2 components as the biggest part of that season. That's what the story missions are for. In Season 6, we have plans for a story mission in the future, necessary around story missions. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, Keller wasn't ready to talk about when the next group of story missions will be made available, but assures players that the team is working on more story missions and has grand plans for the future. Additionally, the team aims to be reactive to player feedback on the first missions and adjust accordingly. Overwatch 2 Invasion, aka Season 6 of Overwatch 2, kicks off with the first 3 story missions on August the 10th. Right, listen, guys. I do like that they're naming the seasons now. And like, just going Season 5, Season 6, that sounds terrible. Giving the seasons a name, I think that makes sense. Maybe they won't give the season a name if it doesn't have any PvE stuff in it. But, like, I'm at a point now with this game where it is, like, abject acceptance of what we're dealing with. And when I see comments, you know, even just to go to this sort of comment here, you know, we don't want to save up content and save it for these giant releases years down the line. That's what a box game's for. I'm reading this and you guys can't even see it, but that comment there, it's like,
I wonder how much content they're actually saving up that we don't know about.
Was fine.
And then how they're gonna. I think the only reason why they're not releasing it is how they're trying to monetize it.
Because you were working on PvE. Now, though,
they had 4 years to work on PvE, bro. PvE. They have 4 years of PvE, and the only thing that they're showing us is 3 story missions that are like 30 minutes long.
Where there is content coming to PvP. So I don't understand why the PvE isn't allowed another year to brew. Like, would it even matter, right? Just give it another year, then release it as a full thing. It's because it's not about saving the content. It's about monetizing the audience they've got at the moment. And going for like that maximum return. That's the issue here.
True. You see? That's what they're fucking doing. You know, that sucks to hear. But there's one game I don't play that I massively respect. And I think it's I know most of you guys probably played it. It's the game that just came out, Zelda. It's not Breath of the Wild. It's what is it called? The new one. What is it called? Tears of the Kingdom? I'm not sure if I'm mistaken or not, but Tears of the Kingdom was supposed to come out a lot earlier, but they pushed it back a year to make sure the game was actually like fully done and like perfected That's what I fucking like about games like that. They don't release it early so they can perfect the fucking game and make it the best it could possibly be. I feel like Overwatch and a lot of other games, not besides just Overwatch, don't fucking do that. And don't forget, Breath of the Wild, I think, is what you buy once and you can play it forever. Huh, wow, crazy, chat. You don't have to keep playing. You don't have to keep spending $15 every fucking like 10% of the story mission you completed.
And let's put this big
Crazy.
PvE expansion together and try and like create a big hype moment again. You know, and I'm always going to be annoyed that we're losing these progression systems, the talent systems, because I viewed those hero missions and the talent systems as like another way to enjoy Overwatch, right? It isn't just
that's one thing I don't like about Blizzard as well, or like just life in general. I feel like talk is cheap, actions speak louder than words.
Chill out.
That's what I got from Blizzard a lot.
And you could play PvE. I mean, I've been playing quite a bit of Diablo recently, like I think most people have, but I haven't touched the PvP in that game. And I know that game is totally different. It's an ARPG, but like the point I'm getting across is you can relax for a few hours and play that game. It's very hard to relax playing Overwatch because you're always playing to win in almost every single game mode, right? You're not just messing around, right? Whereas in PvE, things could have been a little bit different, and you could have been like, yeah, you're still playing to win, but there's different objectives, you know. But then like you're leveling up your
That's
character.
what I'm trying to figure out. People relax while playing Overwatch?
You know, certain hero missions to get experience. Basically, it was another way of playing the game, and I feel like Overwatch to me. And I'm going to end the video at this, guys, because like I said, it's a mad rant, and they just go on forever. There was a vision for this game, and the vision was grandiose. Even beyond like what Aaron said with the crawl, walk, run mentality, and Overwatch 2 was the walk, and the run would be a fully fledged MMO of the game, right? Even beyond that, like insane vision, you could see that Overwatch could develop into a very strong, almost Destiny style game, you know, with
I hope not Destiny style
PvE
in
the game.
Okay, the PvE in Destiny sure sounds cool, but no, I hope they don't go that route.
Now that's no longer the case, because all we're going to do, or all we're going to get, in fact, is just archives missions that are expanded upon. Yeah, they'll have new mechanics. Yeah, there's story in them, more story than we've seen before. No doubt, way more story than was in the Uprising, the Blackwatch event, or even, well, it was Retribution, wasn't it, the Blackwatch event? Or the Storm Rising, which was basically delivered just in audio tidbits as you were going through
Destiny
the mission.
is great.
Have intro and outro cinematics in-game.
So's Overwatch.
But,
look where we are.
We've been there and done that, you know, and that's kind of what we're going to get. So, listen, I think the be-all and end-all is I am looking forward to these missions. It seems insane to me the way they're monetizing them. It seems like a massive lost opportunity. I hope they're good. I hope they're engaging. I will look forward to playing them. And I don't know. We'll just go from there. But again, it's that feeling of like, it's really hard for me to articulate this. It's that feeling of like, what could have been? And it isn't. And it's like, all right, I'm going to leave the video at that.
I mean, he's spitting on a lot of things, dude. He's spitting on a lot of things. I just don't like how Overwatch is very... It's like this shit right here, chat. Where is it? Where like this thing. It's this. Buy this skin. Buy this bundle. It's 13% off. Yo, buy this Torbjorn bundle. It's 40% off. Like it should not even be 40% off to begin with. That should be its original price right now. Not that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Overwatch could have been a lot better than what it is. I feel like right now they're just taking out a lot of the they took out a lot of things that people loved in Overwatch 1. When they made Overwatch 2, and now they're putting it all back in, and we're all like, even I fell for it. I feel like we're getting hyped about the shit that they're re-adding. Like, oh shit, people can get on fire now? Holy fuck, that's awesome. Like, they should always have had that. There's no reason that they should have taken it out. Overwatch is still a great game. It's a free-to-play game. You don't need to buy the battle pass. You don't need to buy skins. Sure, you're gonna look cool while fucking playing, but who gives a shit, bro? You can still play the game. It's just cosmetics, bro. It's just pixels.